Online casual match. Fighting ground. Fighting ground. Online casual match. Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
なんかワクワクします。
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
始まりましたね。
It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move.
いやー、どうだどうだ。
Stops the attack by using a drive parry. Uses the parry. Goes to the overdrive. Taking stock. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The new overdrive cannon spike.
ヒヤヒヤします。慎重ですね。
Maybe they should back off a bit. Time's the only thing moving here.
いやー、ここ気が抜けないですね。
Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Nice. Good job as KO.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Don't worry, we're just getting started here.
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
Uses the target combo as a filler.
ナイス。
Side switch and springs forward with the drive rush. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Burnout. Expect a tempo of the bends the meter. Hoping for a good return.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. You're on the right track. Get back out there.
面白かったです。二人ともマジお疲れ。
Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round?
どっちも強そう。
Tries to bait him with the projectile. Don't worry, it happens.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner.
どうなるどうなる。
Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? This is a tough spot. Maybe they should back off a bit. Oh, easy tech. Spends the gauge on the smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
I bet after that round, they're nodding their head thinking, all right, yeah, you got me. But we're gonna run that back now.
どちらもガンガンやり合ってほしいです。
Gets backed into the corner with pressure building.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. That is experiencing burnout. Not bad, not bad.
いや惜しいな今の。
They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. They are really going at each other this time. The reads they connects with the throw.
すごくに天才。
Here comes the corner pressure.
いや
Flatline zone.
決めてったナイス。
Oh yeah, this is all yours.
なんか本当勢いがすごいですね。いやーこのまま勝ってしまうんでしょうか。どうなんでしょう。
The match just started. It's anyone's game.
心理戦にも注目していきたいです。いいよいいよ。
Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on.
もうねここ本当に難しいんでしょうね。
Ooh, you never know what can happen here. The throw is denied. Dave uses the drive game. Player drive rush throws them. Gets the counter hit. They are done.
決まっちゃいましたね。
Okay, on to the next one.
いやーどっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。やばい。
With the impact.
いや惜しいな今の。
Sticks the combo. Backs them into the corner.
どうなるどうなる。
Oh, that happens to everyone.
大丈夫大丈夫。
If they can't escape this rock curve there, takes the round without getting touched.
決着ですね。
It's all good. You can still take this back.
どちらが勝つのか気になりますね。
Who will gain control of the match in the early going?
こっからこっから。
There's an overdrive shorty. Still slugging it out at this range. A good call there.
まあそういう時もあるよね。
Roughing up the body. In there.
決まった
Don't let it phase you. You'll get there.
ー。いやー熱い戦いでした。次の試合もファイト。
We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready.
始まりましたね。
Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは。
Finding it tricky to manage their drive. Sweet. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over.
どうなる。
Still slugging it out, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super.
これが SA 技ってやつですね。
That drive impact is blocked. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. One combo can end this round right now.
どっちもギリギリ。
Oh no, there's KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Okay, more of that next round.
いやー強い強すぎるよ。でもまだわからない。
Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on?
個人的にはガンガンやり合ってるところが見たいですね。
Time to take this momentum and really run with it. From low heavy to medium kick. A good call there.
いや惜しいな今の。
Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Jumps, throws them.
今の完璧。
Wow, that throw did some juicy damage.
これは強すぎですね。
A real test of nerves here. No, critical eye now? Wait, what? Are they actually dead? No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned.
あそこからの逆転はしびれますね。
Cammy wins.
Player one has to be pleased with that win.
どうしてましたね。すごい。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Pressuring them in the corner.
どうなるどうなる。どうするどうする。
The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage?
天才か？
Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
This is a burnout activates.
いやー、頑張
They are absolute KO.
れ。ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Don't think about what you couldn't do. Think about what you got done.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ、全部勝負なんですけど。
Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Okay, ooh, yeah, just like that.
いいよいいよ。
Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight.
このまま押し切るんでしょうか。
Drive gauge gap here. Is it time? Hit them with a stop and pop.
やばい。
Uses the gauge for a super arc.
何これ。すごい派手でいいですね。
Drive rush to keep it going. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Jumps?
こっからどう行くんでしょう。
Gut punch shreds them. Why are they going in? All in with a rush. Huge chance after that wall splash. On for the critical art. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Rock super art hit. What a finish!
決まった。
Final round.
Send them home. You got this one.
いやー、熱い勝負が繰り広げられております。どっちが勝ってもおかしくないと思います。
On a razor's edge. What are they plotting now?
このラウンドに注目ですね。
The low. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. A trade, but still works out. Player 2 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize?
いいんじゃないですかこれ。いけそうですよ。
Knocked them out of the air.
いいですね。白熱してます。
Nowhere to run.
いやー、一気に来るんじゃないですかこれは。
Wall splat into the guard break. Player 1 connects with the throw. What are they gonna do? There's a burnout.
危ない危ない。でもまだいける。
Oh, the throw connects.
すごくに天才。
Are you kidding me?
うわー、決まっちゃいましたね。
Player 1 must be beaming after that.
もうこんなの誰も勝てないよ。最強です。
What an opening statement there. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
こっからこっから。
Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。どうだ。
So on point.
すごい。
Big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Player 1 chases them down.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは。いやー、どうだどうだ。
If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over.
このまま押し切るんでしょうか。
Absorbs the...
これは痛い。
Experiencing... What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ、全部勝負なんですけど。
Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up a notch. How will they utilize the corner? Oh, there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter.
いいですね。
Drive gauge gap here. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Jumps up, time to take this momentum and really run with it. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. In there!
決まったー。
Player 1 puts a bow on it.
圧倒してましたね。すごい。
They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it.
再戦。いいですね。
Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with.
どうだ
Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
どうなるどうなる。
This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. It's a good spot to use the super. Springs forward with the drive rush. Gets out of that jam with a perfect parry. KO.
Nice.
Don't worry about it. Get your hits in and you'll be fine.
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。いいですね。
Both fighters want to establish themselves early on.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Still plenty of time left.
個人的にはガンガンやり合ってるところが見たいですね。
Checks with a medium kick. Player 1 has a slight life lead.
このまま押し切るんでしょうか。
Experiencing burnout.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Both players with no drive in the tank.
慎重ですね。
Oh, could be the start of something.
もうね、ここ本当に難しいんでしょうね。
Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here?
この感じは名勝負の予感がします。どうなるんですかね、ここから。
They're backed up into the corner.
この感じは名勝負の
Super art to show up what a PhD and fighters can do for you.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
Are they dead off this super? It's too close to call.
ヒヤヒ
Wrong critical. What's gonna happen?
ちょっと何ですか今の。
Step in there.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Everyone loses. Just roll with it and adapt to your opponent.
面白かったです。二人ともマジお疲れ。
Sticks the combo. It's okay. You're doing well.
惜しい。
Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity.
何か
Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO.
おお。
Reflect on the round and see what you can use next.
どちらにも頑張ってほしいです。
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter.
いやーどうなるん。
They were right to be on guard there.
ちゃんとガードしてる。すごい。二人ともやる気満々だ。
Nice read with the cannon spike. Scrapping it out up the KO.
おお。しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Just needed a bit more composure. You'll get it next time.
いやー熱い戦いでした。次の試合もファイト。
Nice tech. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。どうだ。
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
どうなるどうなる。どうなる。
The drive gauge is completely empty. This is going to hurt.
頑張れ。
One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Both sides looking for an opening.
なんか読み合ってる感じですかね。わかんないけど。
That's how it's done. Strings it all together. Will they be able to muster up one final push? Turns the drive gauge. Spends the gauge on the X-Beard, looking to impress with this super.
これかっこいいやつ。
Both fighters are barely alive.
どっちもギリギリ。
KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
That's a huge win there. Settle down and keep grinding.
いやー強い。強すぎるよ。でもまだわからない。
Solid combo. Scrapping it out up close. Gets a risky buff in. Jumps. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Connect experiencing burnout.
いやー頑張れ。
Cammy speed on full display. It's the Delta Red Assault. Who's gonna take it?
すごい激闘ですね。 どっちも負けないで。
Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Will they go all in without drive? A lot of pressure building up here. What are they gonna try to act quickly but whiff the attack?
これはまずい。
Only all in with a rush.
全然気が抜けませんね。
Bust out the OD Hado. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win? Turns out, closes it out.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Loosen up and play for fun. The results will come.
いやー、熱い勝負が繰り広げられております。どっちが勝ってもおかしくないと思います。
We're just getting started here. Who will take control?
心理戦にも注目していきたいです。
They need to be mindful of their opponent's SA gauge. Looks like they both want to stay all in with a rush. Looking for a chance. Jumps. And eats it. Shows a medium kick.
すごすぎ、天才。
Genius read with that throw escape. How are you gonna do that? A jump in? Oh, they switch sides. Breaks it. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Players more fuel to the fire. Cook them up.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
This could really tip the scales.
おお、龍はなかなかいい筋肉してますね。
Just do it, man. Flatline zone.
よ、名勝負。
Not a lot to get down about. If anything, we should be glad for it.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
Box him with a target combo. Sweet. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here?
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Nailed it.
うまい。
Oh, easy tech. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. They were looking up.
どうするどうする。
Saw that. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Get some.
おお。
Yes. Keep it up.
いや、強すぎません。すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now?
一瞬の油断が命取りですよね。
Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Shows a medium kick. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Is it time for the mix? Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Connects with medium kick.
ナイスナイス。二人ともやる気満々だ。
Playing nice, springs forward with a drive rush. Experiencing burnout. Time to take this momentum and really run with. Got him up against the wall and the stun is there.
いやー、頑張れ。
Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move. KO.
決まったー。
Player 1 showing time in the lab pays off.
強すぎ。すごい勢いでした。
Goes to the overdrive. Parries to cancel the fire. Pressuring them in the corner.
どうなるどうなる。どうするどうする。
With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
I bet after that round, they're nodding their head thinking, all right, yeah, you got me. But we're gonna run that back now.
どちらもガンガンやり合ってほしいです。
A parry? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up.
いいよいいよ。
Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Perfect KO. They were in full control there.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet.
さっき負けた方も次はいける。
Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Who's it gonna be?
なんか読み合ってる感じですかね。わかんないけど。
A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're gonna eat tons of damage. Player 1, in that dangerous burnout state, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super.
どういうことこれ。
Solid idea. Maybe next time.
惜しい。どうなる。
Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. Feeling out the space. KO.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Let's try to shake up the game plan a bit.
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね。
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
いやー、どうなるんだろう。
Player 2 creates a good corner. They knew the counterattack was coming.
ちゃんとガードしてる。すごい。
Are they dead off this super? It's too close to call. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect.
決まったー。
Every loss is a chance to learn.
いやー、熱い戦いでした。次の試合もファイト。
This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin.
気合入ってますね。
Don't worry, it happens.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Lays on the pressure with the projectile.
いやー、どうだどうだ。
Next up, Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Trying to read each other here?
お、どうなるんでしょうか。
Holds out with the block. Saw that.
天才か。
Shoots off a fireball up close.
ヒヤヒヤします。
Life lead opens up. KO.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Let's try to shake up the game plan a bit.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ、全部勝負なんですけど。
They trade hits, and now this is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Nice read with the cannon spike. Player 1 currently has the life lead. They'll want to try and not overextend. They trade hits. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range, keeping them away. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Overdrive cannon spike. Fires all in with a rush. Burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
One chance here may end this match. KO.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
That's a huge win there. Settle down and keep grinding.
なんかここまですごく一進一退できてるんで、次どうなるか本当に予想できないです。
Makes it. Oh, putting the cherry on top.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
いい感じに鍛え上げた体してますね。
Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gate. There's a burnout. Super is on deck. They gonna pull the trigger?
この場面でいい感じに溜まっております。ゲージが
Gotta do better than that. The drive impact doesn't work. Still a chance. They gotta do it. They're in the corner. This may change the match.
いやー、一気に来るんじゃないですかこれは。
No! Critical art now?
なんかすごい。
Oh, sends them a personalized telegram with that frightening critical art. Can they muster up the nerve to fight back and take this round? Oh man, no one could have called that!
いや、めっちゃすごくない？なんですか今の逆転。
Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
ギリギリの接戦って感じですごい面白かったです。
Can't argue with you. What a fight! Combo with the target combo. Player 1 1 is just about out of drive after that. Next up, player 1 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. Stops the attack by using a drive parry. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Player 1 is in burnout. Goes for the super art. Goes for the drive rush there. There's still a chance here. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Gets those. Don't worry about it. Get your hits in and you'll be fine. That combo did decent damage.
Nice.
Breaks their guard with a throw. Here comes the mix-up. Big throws. At least one of them is having a good time in that corner. Is it time for the mix? Off the tip. Ooh, yeah, just a flawless round. They got him so quick.
Nice.
Well read. Keep going. Overdrive Hadouken. Player 2 couldn't even get a tickle in. Might be time for a change. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Backed into the corner. What setup do they have? There's a definite gauge disparity here, but it may not matter. Ooh, what a smart throw. Turns out, player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. They're using a betting it all on the drive rush. Plenty of health, full gauges, left all in with the rush. Oh, son! Bad news is on the way. Turning it right up with a super. The drive impact doesn't work. They gotta dig down deep here. A lot of pressure building up here. It is over! Player 1 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. Yeah, I love the back and forth they had going on. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Goes for the throw. Okay, they trade hits. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Low heavy. More like that. Knockdown. How they utilize the corner. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Anticipated that counter and blocks. Gets the parry in. And in there!
Nice.
Don't worry, we're just getting started here. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Creates an opening with the low heavy. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over. It's a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Up for the arrow. The fighters return looking to impress with this super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Getting in a group. What? Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Ah, burnout activates. What a finish. Oh yeah, this is all yours. Clean parry. Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna put burnout? Expect the tempo of the match to change. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Excellent block. Medium kick into. Player one needs to wing, find the target. A rare chance here. They gotta do something. Oh, putting the cherry on top. What? Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Close range projectile. Jump. They are done. Player one got a huge confidence boost there. Looks to add more pressure by parrying the projectile. Big, low, reaching heavy. That parry may be just the catalyst they need. Backs them into the corner. Good call just now. Big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Okay, creating some space here. Oh, burnout on both sides? How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Drive gauge finally recovers. Will they be able to muster up one final push? Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Pokes with a medium kick. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Don't worry about it. Get your hits in and you'll be fine. Player two had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Jump nice! Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Clean parry! Experiencing burnout. All in with a rush! Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to split it! Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? More fuel to the fire! Cook them up! Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super! Don't get too down on yourself. Just change gears and adapt. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. An aggressive attack. Who's going to break the silence first? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super arc gauge. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Keep at it. Checks him with the projectile. Jumps in. Maybe they should back off a bit. This is KO. Don't worry, we're just getting started here. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? The match just started. It's anyone's game.
個人的にはガンガンやり合ってるところが見たいですね。
They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure.
どうなるんですかね。ここか。
Experiencing burnout.
いやー、頑張れ。
Super hard. Just go for it at this range.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Here we go.
まだここからの逆転は全然ありますよね。
Why are they going in? Hang back. Looking for a chance. Dashes all in with a rush. That wasn't bad.
めっちゃ惜しい。4枚です。
Will this be enough to kill? That was the highest if I've ever seen.
あそこからの逆転はしびれますね。
Don't worry about the loss, because your next win's gonna show them that you're for real.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Shoots off a fireball up close. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。どうなる。
Uses the parry. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. KO.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
It's all good. You can still take this back.
どちらにも頑張ってほしいです。
Shoots off a fireball up close. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
こっからこっから。
So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Do they have enough drive gauge? Uses the target combo as a filler.
いいよいいよ。
Fatal leg twister. Is it time for the mix? They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. The drive impact doesn't work. Still scrapping for control of the space. Oh god, this is tense.
やばいやばいやばい。
This may turn into a big impact. Squash! A lot of pressure building up here. Closes it out!
決まったー。
Send him home! You got this one!
いや、強すぎません？すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
Breaks those shins. Still plenty of time left.
個人的にはガンガンやり合ってるところが見たいですね。
Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Leg shin! Get your plates ready. Damage is on the menu. Will this drive gauge gap decide the round? What are they gonna do? Meaty turns out. Player putting the cherry on top.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. The pieces are there. Keep your head up and focus.
めっちゃいい試合。
A new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
よろしくお願いします。
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
ビシバシやり合ってるところが見たいです。
Decides to go in with the target combo. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
どうなるどうなるどうだ
Still slugging it out here. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further.
どうするどうする
They are on a roll. Sticks the combo. Burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する
Who will capitalize off our super art?
何これすごい派手でいいですねいいよいいよ
Maybe they should pay? Oh.
決まった
Oh, yeah, this is all yours.
なんか本当勢いがすごいですねいやーこのまま勝ってしまうんでしょうかどうなんでしょう
Ooh, yeah, just like that. Gets the fatal leg twister.
いいですね
Big opportunity now in this corner.
この感じは名勝負の予感がします今完璧
Burnout ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
決まった
comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
お互いに頑張ってほしいですね
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play.
気合入ってますね
Checks with the projectile. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね
It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach?
どうだ
Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
どうなるどうなる
The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. That's how it's done.
天才か
Tells them to negate the block.
いやーどうだどうだ
Saw that. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Will they be able to muster up one final push? In there!
綺麗に決まりましたね
Well read. Keep going.
いやー強い強すぎるよでもまだわからない
Nails the anti-air. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
こっからこっから
Player 1 chases them down.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは
Goes for the rush. Perfect input. Not letting up. One burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to tank. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Full SA meters on rising uppercut. Medium kick hits.
慎重ですね
Burnout dissipates. avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Spin knuckle. Super hard on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. All in with a rock. Jump. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Cashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. In there.
Nice, nice. かっこいい。
Player 2 is proving hard work pays off.
強すぎ。すごい勢いでした。
Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Checks with the projectile. Stays cool and counters. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent.
どうだ。
Okay, they trade hits. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters.
どうなる。
Throws a fireball here, maybe as a ship brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them?
すごい。
KO!
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Okay, more of that next round.
いや強すぎません。すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
Jump, that's what we want. They trade hits, and now, time to take this momentum and really run with it. Player 2 has the life advantage.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
They bends the meter, hoping for a good return.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
Is it time for the mix? There's the wall splash. They can't do anything now. Opts to continue the attack with the drive.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
Ooh, what a smart throw! Why are they going in? Hex sets up with the KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Player 2 must be beaming after that.
もうこんなの誰も勝てないよ。最強です。
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here?
もう一回戦うんですね。頑張れ。
Yes, like that.
すごい。
Backs them into the corner.
どうなるどうなる。
Throws them down.
うまい。どうするどうする。
Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Checks them with the projectile KO.
お
Well read. Keep going.
お。いや強すぎません。すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
いやーどうなるんだろう。
Will gain control of the match in the early going.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart aggressive play there. Is it time for the mix? Smart play with the throw.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
Burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Yo, are they actually dead?
Lock on.
What a finish!
よっ名勝負。
Player 2 puts their strength on show there.
強すぎ。
迎撃準備完了。
versus one-on-one.
Time to select a stage.
Training room.
So who will our fighters select?
Survivalist, heroic as a tigeress. Earn my stripes cause you know I'm do or die with this. Journey started young, super hard-headed. Call me crazy, but you was not my psychiatrist. Through a lifetime of strifing and struggling. Be the best, that's my covenant. And I'ma live forever, that's my legacy. Greatest of all time, that's what they gon' label me. Put in work, I did my
Open
part.
those shutters. We're ready to fight.
You got hard, they know that I'm non-stop, I keep on pushing forward. Highly motivated, they try to say I'm overrated. If you from where I'm from, you're not supposed to make it. The opportunities are
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
なんかワクワクします。
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
どっちも強そう。
Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Gets backed into the corner with pressure building.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。いやー、どうだどうだ。
The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 1 is in a tight spot right now. Oh, easy tech. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage.
ナイス
Gets some.
ー。綺麗に決まりましたね。
Bags the round. What did you make of it?
なんかこう、魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。
Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up a notch. Checks them with the projectile. Will gain control of the match in the early going.
こっからこっから。
Overdrive a shoulder feed for more damage. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here.
どうなるんですかね、ここから。
Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into experiencing burnout.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
In there.
決まったー。
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
圧倒してましたね。すごい。
Starts off zoning with fireball. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Player 2 with the life lead.
だいぶ有利な状況ですね。
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner.
どうなるどうなる。
The super armor does its job.
どういうことこれ。
No more drive gauge. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense.
どうするどうする。
KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Player 2 took that convincingly. But what's next?
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
Alright, let's see what happens in the next round.
うわ、これは痛い。
It's a good spot to use the super.
何これ。すごい派手でいいですね。
Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here.
竜の筋肉ってすごいバランスいいですね。
Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Hits him with a stop and bop.
どういうことこれ。
Ends the meter, hoping for a good return.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
Is this gonna kill?
これ結構有利ですよね。
Keeps them and closes it out.
お、名勝負。
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
熱い勝負が繰り広げられております。どっちが勝ってもおかしくないと思います。
Manages to block the jump in attack. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on?
個人的にはガンガンやり合ってるところが見たいですね。
Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Player 2 gets out of that jam with a perfect parry. Closes in while reads the counterattack.
いいよいいよ。ナイスガード。
Still can't find a way out of this corner. Something's gotta give. Walls flat into the guard break.
いけるよ。 集中集中
They're in the corner. This may change the match.
いやー一気に来るんじゃないですかこれは
There's a burnout. Flatline zone.
決めてったナイス
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです
Checks with a medium kick. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかねどうだ
Definitely saw that counter coming.
いいガード
Player 2 has the life lead.
だいぶ有利な状況ですね
Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Sticks the jump in. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Oh, burnout triggered. Brings out the super. Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round.
おおしっかり倒しきりましたね
What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
次のラウンドが勝負ですねまあ全部勝負なんですけど
You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
どうなる
The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here?
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは二人ともやる気満々だ
Player 2 can't. Burnout activates. Both fighters planning something? Nice read with the cannon spike. Brushes that off and keeps going.
やばい
Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all in this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? They gotta dig down deep here.
すごいですよ
That was the highest if I've ever seen it.
あそこからの逆転はしびれますね
Man, they just scrapped that. What did you think?
二人ともマジ天才とってもいい試合でした
Still plenty of time left.
心理戦にも注目していきたいです慎重ですね
Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
この感じは名勝負の予感がします
A jump in? Crowns him from above. Ooh, what a smart throw.
今の完璧
Are you kidding me?
決まっちゃいましたね
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです
Grabs and throws him away.
ナイスナイス
Player 2 has the life advantage.
結構リードしてる感じですね
Pressuring them in the corner.
どうなるどうなる
Player 1 has used goes for the super art.
え
Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Surprises them with a drive rush. The super armor does its job. In a dire situation. KO.
おおしっかり倒しきりましたね
That round had some interesting twists to it. What are your thoughts?
どちらが勝つのか気になりますね
Yeah, that's right. You got a point there. Let's see if the fighters pick up on that too. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは
Springs forward with the drive rush. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. This is a turning point.
どういうことこれがっつり当たっちゃいましたね
What a finish!
おおしっかり倒しきりましたね
Oh man, they were all over him. Yo, what was your take on that?
いやー強い強すぎるよでもまだわからない
Jumps in. This is gonna hurt.
いったれいったれ
Back into the corner. What setup do they have?
いやー一気に来るんじゃないですかこれは
Gotta do better than that.
ちゃんとガードしてるすごい
Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
おお竜はなかなかいい筋肉してますね
Somehow manages to block the jump in. Player 1 still has a chance, but it's getting it all on the drive rush. Flatline zone.
決まった
Ryu wins round one.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです
Charges forward. solid blocking. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
どうなるいやー、どうだ
Takes a trip. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
このまま押し切るんでしょうか
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Well, adds a little super juice to KO.
ナイスかっこいい
What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね
You got that right. Oh, next round starting. Medium kick. Spin knuckle. They're backed up into the corner.
この感じは名勝負の予感がしますいいよ
Scrapping it out up close. Burnout activates. Gets them with the anti-air.
いいですね
A quick breather.
ナイス
Oh, the throw connects.
すごすぎ天才
Will this be enough to kill? Couldn't finish them off. Can they still? What a finish!
おーしっかり倒しきりましたね
I think I forgot to breathe for that whole round.
いやー見てるこっちがドキドキしちゃいますね二人ともすごい
Gets carried to the corner. Connects with the throw.
すごすぎ天才
Serves them a knuckle sandwich. Getting up close and personal.
こっからどういくんでしょう
This can lead to some big damage. Super hard to show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you.
ナイス
Slices the gastrointestinal tract. Ryu putting that MD and whooping ass to work.
いい感じに鍛え上げた体
They are done.
決まっちゃいましたね
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです
Attempts to break the stalemate with a fire back. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on.
こっから
Backs them into the corner.
どうなるの
Hold your breath. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize.
うまい
What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Heats it up with a combo into super.
すごい
Look at the burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する慎重ですね
Who will capitalize on? Just goes for it at this range. To come from the brink like that? What a comeback!
うわ逆転だ
Yo, that fight was dripping with tension.
いやーいい勝負負けちゃった方も惜しかった次
Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Overdrive Hashogaki for more damage. Breaks the block with a throw.
いいですね
Knockdown and untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect.
綺麗に決まりましたね
We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready.
ビシバシやり合ってるところが見たいです
Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね
Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Projectile to try and change the situation.
天才か
Parries the projectile. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Connects with me, springs forward with the drive rush. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it.
どっちもギリギリ
KO.
決着ですね
There's no question what lengths both players are willing to go to.
いやー見てるこっちがドキドキしちゃいますね二人ともすごい
Oh!
がっつり当たっちゃいましたね
This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね
Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them?
うまい
Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
いい感じに鍛え上げた体してますね。
Big opportunity now, experiencing burnout.
いやー、頑張れ。
KO!
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
強すぎ。すごい勢いでした。
Impact's a no-go.
ちゃんとガードしてる。すごい。
Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Still slugging it out here. Good anti-air.
うまい。
Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
どうなるどうなる？どうなる？
Taking stock. Checks him with the projectile. Jumps. They were expecting that drive impact.
いいよいいよ。
And a super act in there.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Bags the round. What did you make of it?
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。
You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. The match just started. It's anyone's game.
心理戦にも注目していきたいです。
Dashes forward, overdrive cannon spike. Scrapping it out up close. Pokes with a medium kick. Blocks the impact. They were expecting that drive impact. Brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to impress with this super.
あー、これかっこいいやつ。
A real test of nerves here. Gets it the perfect fireball range. Player 2 is in a very good turns out.
危ない危ない。でもまだいける。やばいやばい。どっちも
Closes it out.
決まったー。
Real win. Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
The attack is parried. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。どうだ。
Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner.
だいぶ有利な状況ですね。
Player 2 gets down to the wire. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. From up above. But adds a little super juice into this combo from what a finish. Great meet on the life gauge there.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Player 2 took that convincingly. But what's next?
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ、全部勝負なんですけど。
You got that one. Oh, next round starting. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure.
この感じは。これは痛い。
You've gotta be mindful. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Impact squash.
いいよいいよ。ナイスガード。
Drive gauge on deck. Are they gonna gun it? Noticeable life lead is a comeback skill for KO.
おお、しっかり倒し切りましたね。
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we gonna witness a blow up here?
さっき負けた方も次はいける。
Hold your breath.
うまい。
Fires off an overdrive art. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes.
痛そう。
Beats it up with a combo into super.
これが SA 技ってやつですね。
Player 1 turned this right around with that super.
どうするどうする。
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO.
おお。
Bags the round. What did you make of it?
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
All right, let's see what happens in the next round. Throws them. What's next?
天才か。
Okay, they trade hits. Looking for a chance. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Springs forward with the drive rush. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return.
今の完璧。
Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
リュウの筋肉ってすごいバランスいいですね。
In there.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Absolutely smothered him. You seeing what I'm seeing?
なんと本当勢いがすごいですね。いやー、このまま勝ってしまうんでしょうか。どうなんでしょう。
Going in. Denied. Keeps cool and locks them out.
ちゃんとガードしてる。すごい。
Pumps the brakes on the impact.
いいよいいよ。ナイスガード。
Big gauge lead here. Their drive gauges are looking bad. They'll need to fight while it fills back up. Nowhere to run. Throws them.
今の完璧。
This is a complete shutdown. They can't escape flatline zone.
決めてったー。ナイス。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。いいですね。
Blocks the jump in. Absorbs down to the wire. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage.
ナイス。
Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Jumps up KO.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Player 2 took that convincingly. But what's next?
今負けちゃった方に戻り返してほしいですね。
Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up a notch. Springs forward with the drive rush. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on.
こっからこっから。
It's a good spot to use the super.
すごくに天才。
The big flag. The broken jaw. Shin Shoryuken.
いい感じに鍛え上げた体してますね。
They're backed up into the corner.
どうなるんですかね、ここから。
At least KO.
決まったー。
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
圧倒してましたね。すごい。
That drive impact doesn't get through.
いいガード。
Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Starts with a jump in. Okay, they trade hits. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. In a dire situation, they can't afford any... Gets him!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ全部勝負なんですけど。
All right, let's see what happens in the next round. Medium kick. A parry? Jumps in.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Blocks it. Their spacing is so on... burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Both fighters planning something? Player 1 in dire straits, drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Now they can use overhead attacks. Either fighter can use drive.
すごくいい。天才。
Then what a finish!
よ、名勝負。
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
なんかここまですごくいいシーンが来てるんで、次どうなるか本当に予想できないです。
Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Hopes with a kick.
白熱してます。
Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it.
おお、龍はなかなかいい筋肉してますね。まだここからの逆転は全然ありますよね。
Closes it out.
よ、 名勝負
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです
Projectile to try and change the situation. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね
Not a lot of damage dealt so far. No telling how this match will turn out.
だいぶ有利な状況ですね
Oh! Gets backed into the corner with pressure building.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは
What's their game plan here at this critical stage? In a dire situation. Burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する
Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. They're going for the super art?
何これすごい
KO!
決まった
What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね
You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
この感じは名勝負の予感がしますナイスナイス
You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Hits them with a stop and bob.
ちょっと何ですか今の
Dashes up. Big exchange blow.
うわこれは痛い
All in with a rush. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Now they can use drive. Gets the counter hit.
うわこれは痛い
Flatlines them.
おおしっかりと押し切りましたね
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
なんかここまですごく一進一退できてるんで次どうなるか本当に予想できないです
We're just getting started here. Cool, take control.
個人的にはガンガンやり合ってるところが見たいですね
Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking.
いやー一気に来るんじゃないですかこれは
All in burns out.
いやー頑張れ
Still alive. Still alive. Perfectly executed.
おおしっかりと押し切りましたね
Oh my days. That was a real intense fight.
めっちゃいい試合でしたまたこんな戦いが見たいです
The drive impact is denied. Down to the wire. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね
Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup?
何か狙って
Well aware of their life and meters. Really good decision making.
決着ですね
Player 2 took that convincingly. But what's next?
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね
Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up a notch. Dashes up. Big throws.
いいですね
At least one of them is experiencing burnout.
いやー頑張れ
The super hits and this looks like it's gonna kill. KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね
Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
強すぎすごい勢いでした
Hold your breath.
おいいダメージ
Backs them into the corner.
どうなるどうなる
Down to the wire. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Parries to cancel the fireball. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Hits with the overhead. Life lead opens up. Gets him.
決着ですね
Bags the round. What did you make of it?
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました
You got that right. Oh, next round starting. Checks him with the projectile. Springs forward with the drive rush.
いいよいいよ
Quick drop. Still slugging it out at this range. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure.
どうなるんですかね ここから
Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Medium kick hit. Jumps, barely blocks the jump in. There's a wall slap. They can't do anything now. Uses the gauge for a super, wraps it up with a decisive combo.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
熱い勝負が繰り広げられております。どっちが勝ってもおかしくないと思います。
All the throw connects.
今の完璧。
Here comes the corner pressure.
いやー、一気に来るんじゃない？
There's the burnout.
危ない危ない。でもまだいける。
Sets up with the jump in. Player 1 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Plenty of health, full gauges, the drive impact doesn't work.
ちゃんとガードしてる。すごい。
Oh, putting it all on the line.
一番強いの来た。
It is over.
決まっちゃいましたね。
Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama.
最高の試合でした。でも天才すぎ。あれ、
Player 2 chases them down.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。どうするどうする。
Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Picture perfect punishment KO.
おお、
That round was a pretty one-sided affair, to put it lightly.
めちゃくちゃすごい攻めでしたね。
Got their eye on the air.
天才か。
Big opportunity now in this corner.
ちゃんとガードしてる。すごい。
Denies the jump in. You've got to be mindful of reaching jump ins at this range. Ah, burnout activates.